Hey everyone, my name is Monipu, and if you have checked the Patreon post that I did, if you didn't, it's going to appear the link for it in the screen and it's going to be in the description as always. I said I was going to make a video about the newest level that I've released, which is a boss level for Zone 2, or to be more specific with the in-game terms, level 2-3. Or _3. And I'm going to be honest, this level is at current time the one that I'm most proud of and the one that probably gave me the most headaches. Okay, the second one that gave me the most headaches. I don't think nothing will be as annoying as the second special stage for to do was, because I still have a bit of PTSD with that one. But either way, this boss level came out in a way exactly how I wanted. At least the boss came out exactly as I wanted. The level itself, 99% of it came as I wanted. I'm not going to say that my entire idea is there because it's there. However, I had to do some little things to make it so that it was still playable and it was released on time. Maybe if I gave myself 1 or 2 more weeks, it would be exactly as I wanted. But how it is, I'm still proud of it. I still really like it. And to kind of explain it, there are 2 things there that I did that in a way I don't regret doing, which was making the wait element available. And I kind of have it divided with the 2 checkpoints in a more platform-based section of the game. And then after the checkpoint, it looks more like a speed-based part of the game, which I didn't do it on purpose. I just thought that after the checkpoint I could use a better speed because everything before the first checkpoint was really slow, and it came out like this, and I'm actually really happy for that. It kind of gives you a differentiation of the gimmicks of the elevator and switch gimmicks that the game has, how you can use it. Of course, in the second part I didn't use carries as much because it would end up being slow and didn't fit with my idea. However, I do use it more on the first part. I'll use it at least twice actually. One of them is to get the collectible. So even though there is a more speed focus in the second part that doesn't require for you to use a gimmick, I'm still really happy because I want these boss levels to show you how good you are with the gimmick of that zone, in this case the switches, and at the same time show how good you are in the game itself, in the base game. So having these speed parts that don't require the gimmick of the zone, I thought it ended up coming well, and I will honestly start doing it more on the coming zones to make the boss just a testament to you of how good you are with the gimmick of the zone and at the base game. So I'm really happy with that. Now, related to the boss, I am ecstatic with the way it came out because it is exactly how I wanted it to came. I just wanted him to start jumping, just not willy-nilly, but just jumping and spawning the auto kill objects that I ended up having to put the red marker below them so that you know where they are going to fall, because before that I didn't even have them, so I ended up dying a lot because I didn't know where were they spawning. So finally decided to put them because it was just annoying as hell. Now the boss, I really wanted it to just jump, and then when you activated the 2 switches for him to start loading his laser cannon. Fortunately it came out as I wanted, and the critical points, which are the back of him, also came out as I wanted, so I'm really happy with him. And I know that I only have 2 bosses, but I think this is going to be a bit hard for me to top off how good it is and how good the art that I did was, because up till now everything that you have seen on the game is my art, and I'm really happy with how the laser art came out because it's not that good, but at least for me, for someone that doesn't know how to draw, I'm really happy with how it came out. And if it is possible to take the cannon and the laser and just give it a slight touch, so in a way it's most of what I draw, but with a few details to make it look good, then I would be ecstatic, because hey, it's not just my programming in the game, it's also a bit of my art that, okay, it isn't good, but oh well, I can't be good at everything, I guess. So I also really liked the fact of having the 2 kill on top of the boss that would do him the most damage, because if you remember, the way you take life from boss depends on what you are using. The boss are going to take the least, but it's going to be the most effective because of how easy it is to shoot them. But then you have the boost that takes more life out of the boss. It takes like 15 or 20 points, and you could also jump on top of him and use a float and a fly on top of him, which would also take more life. But in this case, it's way better to just shoot him. So in this case, it's going to be pretty much like just waiting for him to shoot and then just starting throwing fireballs, which was other thing that I remember, which was I didn't want this boss to be just wait for him to jump a certain amount of times, then he would open up, you shoot him. Now what I wanted was that you needed to open him and the elevators on both sides that then have a carrier to the switches, because I wanted to make it so that you did need to do those. There wasn't any wait except the fact that you needed to wait for the other kill objects to come so you could dodge from them in the elevators. And then related to the boss, you didn't have to wait for him to do anything besides if he cut off you with his laser, wait for the laser to disappear and then attack him. Also, I added a critical point so to make it more strategic, so that if you want to kill him the quickest, you would go to the door that is closed, wait for him to start shooting there, and then he would go to the open door and start making as much damage as you possibly can. I also thought of that to make it so that the boss didn't drag on, because I know that it would drag a bit because of how I laid it out, which is kind of my problem, although it came out as I wanted, I wouldn't change it, but I understood that if I didn't critical point on the character or on the boss, it would just take maybe as much as the game if you were speedrunning it. So I had to put a critical point, which has double damage, and now I'm really happy. The only two problems on the boss are if you get stuck on the doors when they are closing, you won't be able to get out of there, so you have to restart. I'm going to fix that. And the problem of the elevators and the carrier that don't really come back when you are not on top of them. There are two problems that I'm going to try and fix it. Maybe it will take a bit longer, but the next build that I release, which will hopefully be in 2 to 3 weeks, so at the end of the month at least, I have them released. And not just that, since, okay, I've just ended talking about the boss level, I can talk about this. When I release that build, which is going to be public because it's not something new, it's just details, I'm planning to also release it on itch.io for the reason that the way I've been doing now, which is with Patreon and with Twitter, it's not really working. I still don't have any patrons on Patreon, and I hope that by putting the game on itch.io and just making it look like a demo at the same time, an arcade platformer game that won't really take much time of your life, I can start getting a bit more of traction. So yeah, I think this is basically it about the boss level. If you enjoyed the video, like, if you are interested in this project, please subscribe and check my Patreon. If you can support me there, $1 is already really good for me. I would be really happy with any amount of money that you would be able to support me monthly. And that's basically it. Share this, please. I want to make this game more and more known, so if you help me share it, it would be awesome. And that's it. Hope you have an amazing week, and see you at the next post on Patreon or at the next video. See ya.